These novels, A Journey for Iberia and its sequel, Occurring a Man, are not casual reads. Set during the most turbulent years in United States history, the middle 1800s, these tales were written to emotionally move readers through the heart of a nation wrestling with faith, fracture, and freedom. Hi, I'm A.J. Sam, self-publisher of the aforementioned novels, and let's begin with some transparency. If you don't like stories that are filled with authenticity, intrigue, and adventure, if you don't like stories that are at times gritty and raw, other times tender and moving, if you don't like stories that cause you tears of heartache, pain, joy, and hope, all within the same scene, if you don't like stories that demand you confront the ugliness of the world while requesting you consider the possibilities of a better world, then my novels may not be for you. But if you do, then buckle up those boots, put them on the ground, and take this journey with me. I wrote these stories because I believe this type of historical fiction has a responsibility, not just to entertain and enlighten, but to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth that can be supported by research, so help me God. Yes, the fiction must be real and the history must be factual. And the truth is this: slavery wasn't the beginning of African American history. Slavery isn't the end of African American history. Actually, slavery is less than 1% of African American history. But slavery was this: it was brutal, it was vicious, it was an evil institution upheld not only by politics, laws, and violence, but by the language of hate. And this residual stain of America's original sin remains. You see, in these novels, readers will encounter words that demean, words that degrade, words that dehumanize. They don't appear just to take advantage of their shock value. No. They appear because that's how people of that time justified their unjustifiable behavior. That is why many human beings of that time were viewed as property. And that's how African Americans' humanity was fractionalized into filth. Yeah, if I softened the language, I would soften reality. If I softened the reality, I would dilute the truth. And that I would not do. These stories follow characters navigating a world designed to deny them the dignity and respect. They wrestle with faith under oppression, with hope under threat, and with love becoming an endangered species. These stories, many times tragic and horrific, but also enduring and courageous, are told unapologetically. As a man of faith, writing these books had unique challenges for me. Some of the words on the pages are offensive to me as a human, as a man, as an African American man, and as a man of God. Hearing them spoken in an audiobook format was an emotional cost that I had hesitated to pay. You see, I had to decide if I was going to guide readers carefully around the edges of slavery, or was I going to tiptoe past the elephant in the room, or was I going to poke that bear until it roared. I chose the roar, because that's the only way we can truly understand the damage caused by this evil. That's the only way we can truly appreciate the resilience exhibited by the survivors of this evil. And that's the only way we will ever understand how we still rise in spite of this evil. Yeah, A Journey for Iberia and A Curving of Man are not just about the history of us, African Americans, but is about the history of us, Americans. They are about how our history has intertwined for 406 years, how our history resonates into our present, and how all seek the promise of our Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, these novels are about how confronting this history of us boldly, no matter how uncomfortable, will help us become one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all today. It's about being persuaded of the necessity of weaving stories like this into our tapestry of this great country called America. Now, I got a truth alert. These books may break your heart. These books will probably get you angry. These books will certainly hurt your feelings. And you won't ever be the same. See, these books are stories of hurts, humiliation, and heartache. They're stories of relationships, discoveries, and victories. They're stories of faith, of hope, and of love. They're stories of America, of people overcoming the improbable, enduring the unimaginable, and achieving the impossible. If you're ready for a journey that is raw, revealing, and real, a journey that is helpful, hopeful, and healing, I invite you to get your copy at one of the 100 plus retail outlets nationwide and hold on tight. This is AJ Sam, and thank you for your time.